I'm in no mood for that noise and chaos of a noodle bar, so I make my own.
Oh my god, her face and kitchen, so pretty. Nigella Lawson is MILF. Mother I like to fry rice for. But can she make ramen? Let's see.
Now, Uncle Roger recently made another video of Nigella Lawson, and today we're going to be seeing her first one on how she makes her ramen. So this should be interesting. And if you do happen to enjoy this video, then be sure to give it a like, maybe a share as well. And don't forget to subscribe, because at 500,000 subs, we will be making our own egg fried rice. Now, let's get started.
I've been told in no uncertain
Hiya, just start video and I already see it BBC. And also, why she hang all the colander from the ceiling? Hiya, Nigella, you millionaire woman, but you can't afford one drawer. Hiya.
We have reviewed quite a few videos by now, and every single video that we have reviewed of the BBC's has been quite bad, especially any recipes like egg fried rice or ramen or anything else. And I wonder, I think this is pretty much going to be the same. Let's see if my prediction's right.
terms that no Japanese person would ever make ramen at home. The thing is, when I need the cosseting that only a bowl of ramen can give, I'm in no mood for that noise and chaos of a noodle bar.
Uncle Roger have to admit, this is the most beautiful kitchen I've seen. This kitchen too sexy. This not atmosphere for making food. This atmosphere for making baby. How many Christmas lights you need to make ramen?
I do have to admit that the lighting in this kitchen is a bit too dark. I mean, of course, you know, it is quite nice and everything, but for a TV show, I agree with Uncle Roger, it's not the appropriate lighting for this video.
So I make my own. And I start with the Japanese broth, dashi.
Dashi, okay, correct, good start. But this camera guy, I think he know what he doing. Yes, of course it a he. Why showing us this angle? I think all my nephew, third leg standing up now. Hiya, pay attention to food, not to the two other thing. Niece and nephew, don't be dirty. Uncle Roger watching this video because I like ramen, not for any other reason.
Of course, I fully believe Uncle Roger that he picked this video to review the ramen because I was born yesterday. I mean, seriously, she hasn't shown us on how to cook anything yet. Even the dashi is pre-made. She's just adding this to the pot. So I don't know, but I think Uncle Roger picked this for other reasons.
And what goes in is all important. Dried shiitake mushrooms already sliced.
See that angle again?
And we are firmly back in the universe of umami now. And some ginger, a lot of ginger. Some might say an excessive amount of ginger, but I can never have too much of its spicy warmth.
Okay, I like that she don't even measure. She just use feeling. Or as chef once say, she just throw.
You just throw.
But why this motion at the end? I think this just for camera. When Uncle Roger say use finger, that's not what I mean. Proper chef, super busy in restaurant. No time for elegant fingering.
Of course, it depends on the kitchen, but if only Uncle Roger knew how busy some kitchens are, a lot of places don't have time for shenanigans. Then again, I did used to play quite a few pranks in the kitchen to lighten the mood because, you know, you're at work all day. But about the commentary, or her commentary,
Firmly back in the universe of umami now.
I mean, she's good, but I prefer a more direct method on explaining a recipe, like something a chef would say instead of a food writer, because you're more to the point, kind of like Ramsay, you know, like dashi, shiitake, mix.
So I don't soak the dried mushrooms because I do it as I cook. This needs to come to a boil, but first it'll stir, and I should be ashamed to admit, eat with chopsticks, but I can stir with one.
Of course you can't eat with chopstick. You're supposed to use two of them. I think Nigella don't know how chopstick work. Who stir with one chopstick? So weird. That like wearing only one shoe. Nigella, why don't you give Uncle Roger your phone number and address? I send you my chopstick for free. Ex-wife Auntie Helen, gone for good. so Uncle Roger available.
Oh, he's already asking for an address and phone number. I'd be a little careful about that. He may show up at your door the next day with a bouquet of flowers and some chocolates. Let me know, guys, in the comments down below if you can eat with chopsticks, because when I was a kid, it was very difficult to, and anytime that we went to any Asian restaurant or a Chinese restaurant, they would take the chopsticks, take the wrapper, and take a little rubber band and make it in a way that the rubber band would act as a spring, and it was very easy to use them like this as a kid. But using them the normal way took some practice.
And just about the one thing I remember from physics at school, thank you, Mr. Clark, is that if you put a lid on, everything comes to the boil faster.
If that's the only thing you remember from physics, then Mr. Clark fucked up. Niece and nephew, don't go to that school.
That is a bit sad if that's the only thing that you remember from physics class. I mean, you don't need to go to physics to understand that putting the lid on the pot will make everything cook faster. You can learn it in less than a few minutes in the kitchen.
And it boils. And you can see the mushrooms are beginning to plump up, but they're going to plump up even more and lose their flavour into the broth. So
Wait, what? What? Replay?
they're going to plump up even more and lose their flavour into the broth.
You only put mushroom in broth for 2 minutes and you think it's gonna flavor the broth? Hiya, that's not enough time. What reality you live in? The mushroom just met the broth. They don't even have time to befriend yet. Where's the flavor? You need an hour at least.
Lid on, so everything stays trapped in the pan.
What are we watching? I mean, honestly, this doesn't seem like a normal, cooking video, does it? Just so weird, this video.
This is baby pak choi, but
Why her knife so small?
any leafy greens like this would do.
Asian cooking, we love using big knife. It's faster. Your knife so small.
But I make it like this because the first time I ever cooked it, I came back home one evening.
There we go, rip up the bok choy.
Nigella is saying to all the nephew out there, don't think dirty, or else this is what I'm gonna do to your third leg.
There is a reason why you buy baby bok choy, is because it's smaller, so you don't have to cut it up. I mean, obviously, if it does grow a little more and it's a little bigger, you need to cut it up. But if it's a good little piece of baby bok choy, you don't have to rip the bloody thing apart. I mean, you can, but you get a cleaner cut if you use a knife.
I came back home one evening so ravenous and just opened the fridge and opened my cupboards, and this is what I had.
Her fridge only have bok choy.
And-
Hiya.
Your fridge only had baby bok choy.
I am all about the radishes these days. Always have them in the fridge. Food of the gods.
Food of God? No, no, no. Food of the God is MSG. God don't like radish. God like magic white powder. I hear Nigella like the magic white powder also.
MSG honestly has to be Uncle Roger's favorite. Now, as far as the food of the gods, I always thought that it was either nectar or ambrosia. Now, I'm not an historian, so don't quote me on that, but I can tell you one thing, it wasn't a bloody radish. I mean, a radish? Food of the gods? Really?
I am all about the radishes these days. Food of the gods.
Radish is food of rabbit, not food of God. If radish is food of God, Uncle Roger rather go to hell.
And now into this delicate but deep broth goes
Not deep, no flavor.
of the baby pak choi, along with the peppery juiciness of the radishes.
This woman really like her radish. Is she lobbyist for big radish? Usually for ramen, the topping and broth you mix separately. Because if bok choy in broth too long, it becomes soggy and gross. Also, nobody really put radish in ramen. Hiya.
You know, I think a better title for the original video would have been a ramen-inspired soup. Because right now it just looks like we're taking all the veggies and everything that we have in the kitchen and just throwing it into a pot and calling it ramen.
And now a final flurry of flavourings to augment what's already in the pan. A husky hit of miso.
Uncle Roger like watching this video because I'm learning so many new English words. Who knew husky hit just meant tablespoon? This woman English so good. Uncle Roger gonna call it my microwave from now on.
Milk, full fat, which I've warmed in the microwave. A dash of soy.
I'll admit sometimes I do mispronounce my own language because I don't live in an English community anymore. I live in a Spanish community. And for all of you who have never lived in another country with another language before, you'll be surprised on how easily it is for you to forget your own grammar after a little while.
Dash of soy.
Oh, that not enough.
And the merest drop of toasted sesame oil.
No, don't put merest drop. Hiya, use more, so stingy, this woman. Is she trying to save money? Also, she have her own crazy measurement system.
A husky hit dash and the merest drop.
Hiya, just say use feeling. She described her cooking like she writing poem. Is she chef or is she English teacher?
Nigella Lawson is actually a food writer. You're not going to be, I'm sure there may be a chef or two that speaks like this, but you're not typically going to see a chef speaking like this, describing food or ingredients. Now, a food writer, on the other hand, somebody that writes a lot of cookbooks or foodie books and articles and everything else, this, yes, a husky hit. Well, back in the universe of umami flavor with the shiitake, I mean, things like this.
And the leaves of the baby pak choy go in. And another stir.
One chopstick again.
The leaves need the merest wilting and miso mustn't be boiled.
Miso cannot boil, she correct. But this not right way to make flavoring for your ramen soup. Japanese people, they call this soup flavoring tare. Tare is the most important element in ramen. Ramen without tare is like Uncle Roger without orange polo. Or like Jamie Oliver without chili jam. If your ramen don't have tare, you fucked up. But tare not made like this. You make the miso tare separately and then put in bowl at the end. Stirring in miso paste is not making proper tare. Hiya, Nigella, just use MSG. Don't bother with your half-ass miso flavoring. MSG make everything better, including your shit ramen skill.
My ramen requires 2 more elements. First, an egg.
Egg too white. You need to marinate.
Second, noodles. I mean, I cooked these before.
Noodle. Usually ramen noodle, yellow in color. Why this noodle so white? Kinda sus. I think it not ramen noodle.
Yeah, they kind of look like instant ramen noodles. Then again, we haven't really seen her make anything in this recipe. Everything has been pre-made that she made ahead of time, supposedly, or somebody else made ahead of time for her, and she's just mixed a few things together, and that's it. It's the ramen.
But it doesn't matter that they're cold because the heat of the broth will warm them. I could eat this just as it is, but I feel it incumbent upon me to arrange it in a calming Japanese order.
Where got calming? Where got calming? This bowl of noodles stressing Uncle Roger out.
Arrange it in a calming Japanese order.
You call this arranging. You're not arranging, you're just poking. Uncle Roger never say, I gonna arrange my table and then go.
What a messy little bowl of ramen. I mean, it doesn't look very nice.
All that remains for me to do is
Okay, egg yolk a bit runny, it perfect. I give her that.
sprinkle over the green parts of a spring onion
Spring onion, good.
and a little bit of dried chili.
Dry chili. Uncle Roger would prefer using dry chili to make your tare instead of sprinkling at end. More flavor.
And I don't want to puncture the mood of cozy serenity, but I do have a comedy contraption with which to eat my ramen.
Is she using spork?
You know, I would actually love to see a video of somebody actually trying to use a spork in a ramen shop, because I don't think it would go over very well. If there are any ramen chefs watching, let me know your thoughts on the spork.
Spork for ramen. Hiya, maybe that's why Nigella don't go to noodle bar anymore. She banned from all of them because she bring her own spork there.
Fork for the noodles, spoon for the broth, or Let's just cut out the middleman.
Ramen have 5 components: soup, tare, noodle, topping, and oil. Soup, she used dashi. Okay. Tare don't exist. You can't just put miso in and call it tare.
We reviewed somebody that used it just for that.
Noodle. It looked like she used wrong type of noodle. Topping, egg and spring onion. Okay. Oil. She only used 2 drops of sesame oil. Hiya, not enough. So she only get 2 out of 5 components right. Hiya. At least this ramen somewhat homemade. She didn't just use instant ramen and put topping on there. So still better than Jamie Oliver and his packet rice. Nigella, Uncle Roger single now. Hopefully one day I can make egg fried rice for you. Come get husky hit of Uncle Roger.
You know, I have to admit that this was a very bizarre video to review. Like, very strange. Everything was pre-made. She put a few things together, brought the soup or the stock up to a boil, the dashi, and that was it. Nothing else. And put everything into the bowl. And the noodles that Uncle Roger was talking about kind of looked like it was a pack of ramen noodles that she took. You might as well just buy instant ramen and make it, because she didn't show you how to make the dashi. She didn't show you really how to make anything in this video, and it makes it look like it's so easy to make ramen. But if you want to make, as we've seen in previous videos, if you want to make an authentic ramen, it takes time and it takes skill as well if you want to make it well. I don't know, but in the end, guys, hopefully you did enjoy it. I wish I could have given you something a little more educational than this, so hopefully in the next one we'll be able to do that. But in any case, please do give it a like, maybe a share, and please do subscribe, guys, because when we reach 500,000 subs, I will be making our own egg fried rice, and I assure you it will be a good video. Until then, take care. Oh, and don't forget to check out this next video coming up right here, and I will see you guys again very soon. Take care.